Hello again. Thank you very much for joining me here on Movie Ninja. Tonight I'm going to be talking about Heaven Official's Blessing. And before we get into that, if you'd like to help the channel grow, please click that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. Now, Heaven Official's Blessing. I can sum up both the show in and of itself and the first season in and of itself in one word, and that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The defining trait, the defining characteristic of this series is its aesthetic appeal. When I first put this show on, I did a digital double take. I clicked back on the button and said, wait a second, is this a TV show or is this a movie? Hold on just 1 second. The quality is... It's rivaled by very, very few. I would say it's only rivaled, perhaps, by certain top-notch animated studio, like feature-length films. And the thing is, this is a novel adaptation. This is not a this is not a run-of-the-mill fantasy show. This is not a run-of-the-mill fantasy series, not by any means. So, okay, I've sung the praises. I've sung my my inclination to it. But what's it about? Okay, so Heaven Official's Blessing is about a ascended prince. Now, this prince has been to heaven 3 times. Something that you have to bear in mind as you watch this, especially if you're a Western audience member, is that Chinese mythology and religion are extremely elaborate and extensive. They're very rich. And so a lot of the plot details, a lot of the fantasy notes within this might go over the heads of some Western audience members, but this is my advice. This is the best advice that I can give with regards to following certain details, certain elements about the show, and that is just go with it. Okay. Who is this prince? Why has he been to heaven 3 times? Why has he been kicked out of heaven 3 times? What does it mean for him to go back and forth to Earth? Is he being reincarnated? Is he an angel? Is he a saint? Just go with it. Okay, he's a guy from the heavenly realm who, because of some shenanigans that some were unintentional, some were unintentional with regards to his ascension, and some were just due to, how should I put this, divine pettiness? I think that's the best description for it. People do not like this one particular prince. Now, they don't want him underfoot in Heaven Realm. So what they do is that, they decide to give him some, let's say, the divine equivalent of busy work on Earth. Particularly dealing with certain problems with ghosts or wraiths. They refer to certain troublesome spirits as Wrath, W-R-A-T-H, and I'm not entirely sure if this was a spelling issue or a translation issue on my part as a Western audience member, because there are certain abstract details, not just in Chinese, particularly like in Mandarin, that this series is set in, but also in a number of languages there are vocabulary that do not translate well into English or into other languages. So ghosts, wraths, calamity spirits, things like that. So they said, okay, we don't really want you up here doing your thing, so you can go down there and you can help out where you can, I suppose. So essentially what happens is that he is given an assignment. What begins as one assignment and quickly turns into kind of a full-time career, sort of as a, let's say, heavenly emissary. For the sake of translation immediate parallels. Divine emissary, heavenly emissary. So he acts as, well, a heavenly official. And what he does is he tries to solve ghost or spirit-related mysteries or problems on Earth in the hopes that, well, he can get in good with some of the suits upstairs, you know? And the first season incorporates two stories and one bridge. The first story revolves around the ghostly bridegroom. The second story is more of a bridge portion, more of a way to bring in a new main cast member, sort of like to meet them. And then the third mystery is a mystery regarding the Half Moon Kingdom, or the Half Crescent Moon Kingdom. It depends on sometimes. I will say this, for some of the dialogue, while I do prefer seeing it in the Mandarin, sometimes the dialogue, it gets very, very quick. So sometimes you kind of have to go back and forth sometimes, like, wait a second, what did they just say? Click back like 30 seconds or something like that. But it has to do with a spirit that is trapping people in a desert area. So, and possibly a conspiracy of sorts. Aside from that, I won't say like too much. But Heaven Official's Blessing is... wow. Once again, I can't sing enough the praises of the show's artistic quality. The opening is just this beautiful flash animation that usually when I like a show, I mean, especially with streaming, you want to get to the meat and potatoes as quickly as possible. And so you skip past like the intro when they give you that option. I didn't. Like, not once. Just because it's really like the opening reinvigorates you into what is supposed to be a celestial divine world, and sort of the kind of beautiful tragedy that we slowly learn about with regards to our main character. So aside from that, and with the hopes of not being too redundant, please do yourself a favor, watch Heaven Official's Blessing. It's on Netflix currently, and they have the first 13 episodes. They call it 12 episodes plus a special, but I think the 13th episode, aka the special, is just a good season cap. I'm not entirely sure. Usually when they say special, it has something to do out of sync with the main storyline and like that, but I think it's a bit of a misnomer. I think it's a nice season. It's a nice 13 episode season. The episodes are roughly 18 minutes long, so it's really... I saw this in 2 days, so it's doable. So trust me, if you like... If I make comparisons to films, then some people say, wait a second, I really love that movie. Okay, so I'll hold off. But this is in line with some of the best top-notch animation that we have seen in the last decade, quite easily. And so, aside from that, that is my take on Heaven Official's Blessing. I strongly recommend it, and if you enjoyed this review, please give this video a like. If you would like to help the channel grow, once again, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.